Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
And what a wonderful day for Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to everyone who is a mother, has a mother, or had a mother. Today is our special day to honor all mothers. So I'd like to welcome you who are here in person, as well as those of you who are watching us on YouTube. And I'm sending a special welcome to anyone who's here for the first time, the second time, or many times. Welcome here. So our worship team this morning is going to be Caroline Bright, our ministerial intern, and she's going to be our ministerial associate in our next church year. And we've got Dawn Star Sarahs Borschalt, our director of lifespan faith development. Dr. Vincent Craig, our music director, Kathy Landay and Tina Adams as our worship associates, and the MLUC choir. Who we are. Mainline Unitarian Church is a progressive religious community in which our members are bound together by an ethic of love and commitment to justice. As Unitarian Universalists, we believe that all people should be free to navigate their own spiritual path. At MLUC, you will find sustenance for your spirit, opportunities to live your values, and friends with whom to work toward a world of wholeness, justice, and love. Please visit our welcome table today to learn more about us. We are delighted to announce that we have hired our new office assistant. Her name is Griselda Lapacia, and she's at the membership table today, so please stop by and introduce yourself. She's got a lot of new faces to learn, and we're happy to have her here. And then you can also spend a couple minutes with her. She'll take your photo because she's making a photo directory for our new minister, Reverend John Morehouse, so he can get to know us before he starts here later in the summer. A second announcement, we're having a pajama movie night at church on Sunday, May 20th from 6 to 8 p.m. Wear your pajamas, or you can wear regular clothes, and everyone is invited from age 0 to 99. We'll provide the popcorn and beverages. So after the service, please join us for coffee, tea, and conversation in the fireside room across the way from the room that we're currently in. And now, if you'll please turn your devices to worship mode, that means silence. And we'll read and speak our mission statement. Together, we transform lives through love, service, and a welcoming faith.
As we light our chalice today, I'd like to share with you something that I learned about our chalice ritual. In 1941, Hans Deutsch, an artist commissioned by the USC, brought the chalice and flame together as a Unitarian Universalist symbol of identity. The chalice and flame had been an old symbol of strength and freedom in Czechoslovakia. He witnessed Unitarians helping Jews escape Nazi persecution. He admired the Unitarians' self-denial, readiness to serve, sacrifice, and help, help, help. I quote from USC, "The flaming chalice, like our faith, stands open to receive new truths that pass the tests of reason, justice, and compassion. And as we think about this history, let us gaze on its beauty to remind us who we are.
Our words for our call to worship today come to us from the poet Taylor Allison Swift. One single thread of gold tied me to you, Cold was the steel of my axe to grind for the boys who broke my heart. Now I send their babies presents. Time, wondrous time, gave me the blues and then purple-pink skies, and it's cool, baby, with me. And isn't it just so pretty to think, all along there was some invisible string tying you to me. So now let us think of all of the golden threads, all of the invisible strings, all of the people who loved us into this place today. Let us gather those strings into ropes of love and let us worship together. And now I hope you'll join me, rise in body or spirit, and sing my favorite opening hymn, Enter, Rejoice, and Come In.
Is my journal. And I have been a journaler for a very long time, and when I was younger, I used to write in my journal before I went to bed at night. And then at some point during parenthood, I realized that I was way too tired, and my journal entries were all tired, and that this was not a good use of a spiritual practice, so I switched to doing it in the morning, when I was a little more awake. And then, about 5 or 6 years ago, I was writing in my journal one morning, and my youngest child, Juniper, who did give me permission to tell this story with her name attached to it, who was probably 4 or 5 years old, came upstairs to my room and was really trying to get my attention while I was writing in my journal. And I really need that, 5 to 10 minutes of time for myself in the morning. And so I said to her, I need you to let me do this. And she didn't want to let me do this. She wanted mom. Because when you're 4 or 5, that's what you want, and also what you need many times. And after a few minutes, I took a deep breath and I looked at her and I said, "Who takes care of you?" And she said, "You do." And I said, "Who else takes care of you?" And she said, "Dad takes care of me, and my big brothers take care of me, and my big sister takes care of me, and sometimes my grandmas take care of me," and so on and so forth. And I said, "And who takes care of me?" And she said, "Oh." And I said, "I take care of me, and sometimes Dad helps take care of me because Dad is my partner. But mostly I take care of me. And when I write in my journal in the morning, I'm taking care of me, and nobody else can do that for me. You can't write in my journal and take care of me for me that way. I have to do it myself." But this morning I ask you, all of you, who takes care of you? And who do you take care of? Everybody is a caretaker sometimes. When we are little tiny babies, we all need to be taken care of. When we are very old, if we are lucky, we will need to be taken care of. Sometime in the middle, sometimes we're sick, or injured or disabled, and we need some help to be taken care of. It's part of being human. Everybody does it, not just mamas, even though mamas do a lot of it, especially in our culture. Now, I wanted to do something special today for Nancy's House, which is our offering outreach partner, because they're all about caretakers. Their job is to take care of people who take care of people. And so we asked people to bring some stuff in, and I have some stuff here. We have a water bottle, we have some stress relief tea, we have a chocolate bar, we have some nice hand cream. We have a bunch of stuff, more than just this. I just grabbed some stuff out of the basket. And we're gonna put together care packages, and it'll be fun. And people who need a break from taking care of other people will get to be taken care of a little bit by us today. So I would invite the children and youth to go to their classes. Kids in the workshop group are making these care packages. I believe Crossing Paths is meeting upstairs, and the youth are meeting upstairs as well. Please join me.
Good morning. Each month we select an offering outreach partner, a local charitable organization that we feel is worthy to receive half our weekly collection to help them with their mission. The recipient of MLUC's May offering outreach contribution is Nancy's House. Nancy's House is a nonprofit organization serving family caregivers. It seeks to create a caring community for caregivers through weekend retreats, online workshops, and support groups. It focuses on promoting caregivers' physical and emotional self-care and fostering connections with other caregivers. Nancy's House works toward breaking the isolation and exhaustion that can come with taking care of someone who is chronically ill or disabled. The outreach offering will specifically go to subsidize a caregiver retreat for a specific group that doesn't have access to disease organization funding. We'd like you to know more about Nancy's House by watching a brief video now.
By the time ALS hit our family, I had become a faux nurse. I didn't know what resources were out there. I sprained body parts. I was exhausted. Sleep was a joke. It was pure chaos. My name is Jennifer Tolan, and I'm speaking on behalf of Nancy's House and family caregivers across the country. Quiet and peace are more important, I think, than people realize. Everything about arriving to Nancy's House put the pause on all the chaos. There are over 65 million caregivers in the US today. That's more than 1 out of every 4 people. They provide over $400 billion worth of medical and personal care for their loved ones at tremendous detriment to their own physical, emotional, and financial well-being. Nancy's House puts sleep, therapy, food, friendships, resources, just everything together in this box that becomes a 3-day, 2-night retreat of life. Amazing staff, and then a family of caregivers that continually reinforce you throughout the rest of your time after you leave Nancy's House to say it's okay, keep doing it, reset, you're on the right track. Surveys are used to follow up with guests to learn what is being applied, what really works. They teach you how to take care of yourself back home, to really live. That's something that's almost taboo, to live while someone else is dying. It was like nothing I could have imagined, and something that every single caregiver needs and deserves. By the time ALS hit our family, I had become a faux.
That was so well said, wasn't it? Yeah. Please give generously to support this worthy organization. If watching remotely or making a cashless donation, please follow the instructions on the screen or use the Give link on our church website. And now the ushers will come forward to collect your offering, which will be gratefully received. What is given in love is received in gratitude. May generosity always be the spirit of this congregation. Candles of Community is our ritual of personal sharing and support. After each candle is lit, please join me in saying, "We hold you in our hearts." Let us first light a candle of hope for the 500,000 people that have been evacuated from coastal areas in Burma and Bangladesh as the deadly cyclone Mocha made landfall today. For all those individuals, we hold you in our hearts. Diane Kiker and Steve Hughes would like to light a candle of sadness for their daughter, Jessica Yavorsky Kiker, whose partner, Tim Eustace, died suddenly last Monday. Jessica was an active participant in MLUC's church school throughout her childhood. For Jessica and Tim's entire family, we hold you in our hearts. Kathy Landay would like to light a candle of sorrow for the 3 children who lost their lives to gun violence just this past weekend. We grieve with the mothers and families, and we hold you in our hearts. Yasara Antar would like to light a candle of joy that Dr. Vincent Craig will be and currently is the Director of Music at MLUC. I second that emotion. For Dr. Craig and for all who experience his talent and commitment, we hold you in our hearts. We light a candle of joy for all the mothers, past and present, who have seen their children grow into fulfilled adults. For all the mothers who've been fortunate to have seen that and experienced that, we hold you in our hearts. And for joys, concerns, or sorrows that we carry within us that are unspoken or too deep for words, we light a candle.
We're playing musical chairs this morning. So our reading for today is called The Wide Spectrum of Mothering, and it's written by Amy Young, and we've adapted it some. To those who gave birth this year to their first child, we celebrate with you. To those who lost a child this year, we mourn with you. To those who are in the trenches with little ones every day and wear the badge of food stain, we appreciate you. To those who experience loss through miscarriage, failed adoptions, or running away, we mourn with you. To those who walk the hard path of infertility, fraught with pokes, prods, tears, and disappointment, we walk with you. Forgive us when we say foolish things. We don't mean to make this harder than it is. To those who have warm and close relationships with your children, we celebrate with you. To those who have disappointment, heartache, and distance with your children, we sit with you. To those who lost mothers this year, we grieve with you. To those who experienced abuse at the hands of your own mother, we acknowledge your experience. To those who lived through driving tests, medical tests, and the overall testing of motherhood, we are better for having you in our midst. Those who have ended a pregnancy via abortion, no matter the circumstance, we respect your right. We respect your choice and continue to fight for access and justice. To those who are single and long to be married and mothering your own children, we mourn that life has not turned out the way you longed for it to be. To those who step-parent, we walk with you on those complex paths. To those who envisioned lavishing love on grandchildren, yet that dream is not to be, we grieve with you. To those who will have emptier nests in the upcoming year, we grieve and rejoice with you. To those who place children up for adoption, we commend you for your selflessness and remember how you hold that child in your heart. And to those who are pregnant with new life, both expected and surprising, we anticipate with you. This Mother's Day, we walk with you. Mothering is not for the faint of heart. and we have real warriors in our midst. We remember you.
Sings a song to you.
decades ago, I spent my Friday afternoon in my dining room with two European Gen Zers. I was tying tinsel to strands of hair, dusting on sparkly eyeshadow, gluing on false eyelashes, and giving advice on the application of body glitter. Was it enough? Too much? No, not yet. Better add some more. I had spent chunks of time over the past week utilizing long-neglected skills from my Miss America days, helping to glue rhinestones to white cowgirl boots, and sourcing the previously mentioned glitter and sparkles. The two young people were bound for night one of Taylor Swift's 3-night residency at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philadelphia, or Swiftadelphia, as I believe the city is currently known. Unable to get tickets myself to Taylor Swift's Eras tour, though not for lack of trying, I had adopted the very zen stance that if I was meant to go to a show, the universe would make it an option. Well, as the universe is wont to do, it skipped me and made magic happen for the English teenager who has become a part of our family this year. Instead of being jealous, I was delighted that a reasonably priced ticket had come to Izzy via an au pair friend who managed to win a ticket lottery at the last minute. And just so you know, for perspective, when I checked last night, tickets to tonight's final Philly show are going for at least $3,000 apiece for the last row of the nosebleed section. So I got to hop in my mom SUV and drive the girls to the show. We, of course, sang Taylor songs, and the anticipation grew. I had a moment of horror when I realized that the songs I knew so well from high school were songs that they knew so well from kindergarten, but that's fine. When I pulled up on Broad Street for them to jump out, I looked over at the already packed stands. I could see into the stadium from my car, and I just saw sparkles. There was light glinting off of every seat in the stadium. And as we saw all of these people entering, what we saw were a million shiny sequins and bejeweled outfits. Looking around at the scene around the stadium, one of the things that struck me was the diversity that I saw and what I didn't see. I saw racial and ethnic diversity, body confidence, glitter diversity. All of those were there. And I noticed that most people were female presenting, and I'd guess that the majority were within 10 years of my age in either direction. Noticing the same thing when I picked them up driving their getaway car well after midnight, I had a minor epiphany that a primer on Taylor Swift and her music might be helpful for this crowd, so that you can join us on this theological adventure with your eyes open. Okay. So the first thing that you should know is Playing the Link is Taylor's hometown stop on the Eras tour. Okay? She is from Berks County, born and raised less than an hour from where we are right now. And the Eras tour is a performance that spans all of the eras of her career. It's been 17 years, believe it or not, and she's had so many albums, 6 just in the last few years. So this tour encompasses different parts of the eras of her career so far, right? So her family did leave Berks County when it became clear that Taylor's music career had real potential, and her parents moved their family from their Christmas tree farm to Nashville, Tennessee. She signed a contract as a professional songwriter there at just 14 years old, and her first recording contract at 15. And as we know, the rest is history. Though her entree into the music scene was as a country artist, within a few years it was clear that she was ready for it, and she successfully pivoted to pop music, rapidly becoming one of the biggest stars in the world. In many people's estimation, Taylor's biggest strength as an artist is her songwriting. Her clever lyrics, her honesty, authenticity, her storytelling, her relatability, and her humor all combine in different ways through her writing to make her fans, known as Swifties, feel like she's telling the story of us on her albums. It feels so personal to many of us, with particular songs becoming intrinsic parts of our lives, times when we were happy and moments that were sad, beautiful, tragic. I say we because, as you've hopefully and correctly assumed by now, I am an unabashed Swiftie forever and always. One of the brilliant things about her songwriting is the ways in which she'll incorporate Easter eggs or hints or references within lyrics that point to other songs in order to tell a more complete story over time. The Eras Tour is traveling to stadiums all over the country, and Swift is spending 3 hours performing a whopping 44 songs in a non-stop 3-hour set, with the longest break being for 3 minutes just to change costumes. Getting tickets has been next to impossible, even though the pre-sale was specifically designed to ensure that verified fans had a first and fair crack at seats before price gouging ticket resale bots hijacked it all, but I digress. The tour kicked off in March, and ever since, a fascinating culture has been evolving around the shows. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I have to share that I am friends with one of the most dedicated Taylor Swift fans in the world. She got engaged at a Taylor concert. Her wedding was tastefully themed on Taylor's Lover album, and I feel safe and sound saying that for her, Swiftie life is about more than just liking Taylor's music or the artist herself. The culture that I've gotten to know through her has been on full display as the tour has evolved. Most of the time, this is a culture that exists online in groups, hashtags, via tweets, or on message boards. But this tour has been bringing friendships and a culture that normally exists in a digital space out IRL, in real life. A trend has taken off of people making old-fashioned, like from the 90s, friendship bracelets, and then trading them or giving them away at Eras Tour shows because of lyrics referencing friendship bracelets in the song You're On Your Own, Kid. Another evolving trend, and I love this, centers around one of her newest songs called Marjorie, which Swift wrote about her grandmother, who was an opera singer. Fans at each show have been finding ways to honor her grandmother during that song. At Friday night's concert, the crowd lit up the stadium with tens of thousands of swaying, twinkling phone lights. Taylor Swift said, "That was really nice of you." That's the most incredibly personal song you could have done that for, because Pennsylvania is where my childhood, all the imagination and daydreaming, creating dramatic scenarios in my head to write down later began. All my memories with my grandmother happened in Pennsylvania. Fans are showing up at her concerts in themed outfits, of course, but one of the most gorgeous standout elements of the way that people dress has been the sparkles. Sequins, rhinestones, glitter. If it's eye-catching and light can flash off of it, it is in style at the Eras Tour. Maybe it's because I too love a good sparkle, but this phenomenon is really interesting to me. Sparkly makeup, clothes, and accessories that would normally be deemed too much, too loud, or over the top are not just acceptable, but embraced and applauded. While Taylor has set this tone with her own style and willingness to let sparks fly, figuratively or literally, the show ends with fireworks, with her sartorial choices, this permission to dress in a way that allows fans to feel maximum happiness is about more than Taylor Swift. It's about who and what she represents. And most of all, it's about who she makes feel seen. It brings to mind the Marianne Williamson quote, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine, as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. And it's not just in some of us, it's in all of us. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Taylor Swift does not play small. When she shines, she gives others permission to shine too. Going to see her perform is an opportunity to literally sparkle. She creates a culture within and through her live shows that carries over into the world beyond performance. Our cultural, media, and personal reactions to Taylor Swift and how we see her are an interesting bellwether for where we are as a society and as individuals when it comes to our understanding of gender and gender performance. If your first reaction is one of judgment and scorn for Taylor Swift, her fans, or the culture that surrounds her music, I'd like to gently but firmly suggest that you take some time to recognize your own internalized misogyny. One of my favorite types of Taylor songs are her sarcastic and ironic songs. A particular triumph is The Man from her 2019 album Lover. In it, she discusses how she would be seen differently if she were a man. I would be complex. I would be cool. They'd say I played the field before I found someone to commit to, and that would be okay for me to do. Every conquest I had made would make me more of a boss to you. I'd be a fearless leader. I'd be an alpha type. When everyone believes you, what's that like? I'm so sick of running as fast as I can, wondering if I'd get there quicker if I were a man. And I'm so sick of them coming at me again, because if I was the man, then I'd be the man. They'd say I hustled, put in the work. They wouldn't shake their heads and question how much of this I deserve. What was I wearing if I was rude? Could all be separated from my good ideas and power moves. I know so many women who can relate to those lyrics. When everyone believes you, what's that like? Taylor Swift's lyrics simultaneously reflect the current status of our society, even as they help to influence and shape it. As Unitarian Universalists, we would do well to pay attention to what's happening here. I hear it all the time. Where are the young people? Why are there no young people in our churches? Where are we? We're at the Eras Tour if we can get tickets. Seriously, we're forming communities online around shared interests and values and then showing up for big one-time events. We aren't going anywhere once a week, every week. It kind of reminds me of the Second Great Awakening that took place in the Northeast during the first decades of the 19th century. Revival meetings swept through, winning converts to new American Protestant groups. Ironically, it openly rejected the skepticism, deism, and Unitarianism of the Enlightenment, and now I'm saying that that style is not only what we need, but what we're already seeing happen. I would argue that Taylor Swift's current tour is, in some ways, a modern revival meeting, one where many of the values that we believe in as Unitarian Universalists are at the center: inclusion, interconnectedness, equality. Aren't those what we believe in? Sure, our glitter use might be more constrained, but it doesn't have to be all the time. If we don't recognize and capitalize on the connections between our chosen faith and what amounts to modern revivals as people seek spiritual connection and community, if we don't recognize the revival that we are in, figure out our part in it, and get on board, we're going to be left behind. Perhaps one of the most obvious ways to consider Taylor Swift's music catalog in terms of religion is to examine her songs for religious lyrics and imagery. I'm sure when some of you read the title for today's sermon, you immediately thought of Swift's songs, False God, State of Grace, and Karma, right? Top of mind for most of you, I'm sure. Angels, Devils, and Prayer all make repeat appearances throughout her discography. One line that really sticks with me is from a song that Taylor wrote appropriately for today about her mom's cancer diagnosis and treatment called Soon You'll Get Better. Holy orange bottles, each night I pray to you. Desperate people find faith, and now I pray to Jesus too. Chloe Haddavis writes in her piece, False Gods and the Religious Evolution of Taylor Swift, that for many millennials, especially those who, like Swift, followed the common path of self-discovery by leaving more conservative areas of the US behind for cities, religious rediscovery after secularization is part of adulthood. We are all, in large part, looking for the divine in what we hope to be true: a good relationship, the potential of medicine, and in case of emergencies, deity. When it comes to relationships, Swift is considered the queen of relatability. She sings dreamily of dancing in the refrigerator light and slamming screen doors, and the specifics of her life become universal. But her knack for expressing human experience isn't restricted to first kisses and heartbreak. For many, the picture of religion she begins to sketch in Lover might be recognizable as well. She's finding faith, after all, in whatever she can make sacred from messy, ordinary life. And isn't that what so many of us here do on our free and responsible search for truth and meaning? Aren't we seeking the sacred, the true, maybe even the divine in this messy, ordinary life? So here's another controversial and related idea that I'm going to throw at you, so be ready to catch it. Fangirling can be a spiritual practice. When I first started pursuing my Master of Divinity degree at Meadville Lombard Theological School, it was emphasized again and again and again. You need to have a spiritual practice. You won't survive divinity school, let alone ministry, if you don't have a healthy spiritual practice. Ugh, I thought. Does this mean more guided meditation? More silent meditation? Are they going to force me to journal? All respect to Don Starr, but that is not my jam. I was very relieved when I learned that just about anything can be a spiritual practice if you do it right. What makes an everyday spiritual practice different from a casual spiritual hobby, something worthwhile, is that one simply dabbles when one feels like it. The answer to that is intentionality, regularity, and depth. For me, some of my spiritual practices involve knitting, reading, and appreciating the moments when the divine makes itself known. And that can be anything. That could be how beautiful the trees look. We've got these wonderful windows up here that from this angle I get to look up, and I've watched the leaves change over the seasons sitting in these same chairs. That can be a spiritual practice. Coming to worship, sitting here, that can definitely be a spiritual practice if you're doing it with intentionality, regularity, and depth. So yes, being a Swiftie can indeed be a spiritual practice. But why should you have a spiritual practice? Why did my professors at Meadville drill this home again and again and again? Well, according to our own Reverend Susan Manker-Seal, deep in our innermost core, we yearn to be connected with the mystery we call God or nature or the Spirit. We yearn for that sense of oneness with each other and all creation, to know our place and our value. And often we yearn for someone to show us how to get there, to direct us to the right path that will lead us on the way to a deeper spirituality. Maybe, for some people, that right path is strewn with glitter and Taylor Swift lyrics. But what does all of this mean for us, right? What does it mean for our daughters, for our trans and non-binary youth, for our drag queens and other persecuted, beloved, magical human beings who don't fit into a box that they are told they should be in? The magic that is happening this weekend in Swiftadelphia is a magic that is available to all of us. You don't need to scramble to get your hands on a ticket. You already have one, just by being human. We all long for community, whether our friendship bracelets are literal or figurative. We all want to find a place where we belong and people who help us know that we belong here. You were born to change, not stay the same evermore. You have probably had many different eras of your own and will continue to evolve. Growth itself is the end game. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. And for you, that might be the glory of nature, the glory of humanity, the glory of life itself. But you were born to make manifest whatever it is that calls to your spirit. So shine on, wonderful humans. And remember that the glitter is what you make of it together. And now, I hope you'll rise and join me for our closing song that I will be going out on a limb and leading myself with support from Dr. Vincent Craig. This is a new one for most of us. Don't worry, it is not a Taylor Swift song.
It's not in the hymnal.
Don't worry, we're going to keep it nice and simple. The lyrics are going to be on the screen. And by the third time through, you're going to get it. I have faith in all of you. If Taylor Swift fans can scream every lyric to 44 songs, you can get this today. It's going to be great. All right. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. It is time now that we thrive and shine and glitter and sparkle and do whatever it is that calls to your spirit. If that's journaling, that's good too. We support that. But if it's not, if it's being big and bold, do not shrink yourself for the insecurity of others. So go forth, may you be blessed, and do great things.